So your mower just clicks. What kind of click do you have? I'm going to show you 4 different clicks you need to know to diagnose it correctly. wait. 1, 2, and 3 are not terrible, but if you've got the number 4 click, it's not good news. So the first one you might run into is your mower's been sitting all winter. You didn't leave a trickle charger on it. You cut the key and it go to start and it goes, "Argh." Oh no, that's the sound I make when Mrs. T walks by.
Ooh wee.
I'm sorry. It'll go, "Argh." Some real fast clicks, okay? What you're gonna check is this battery. You need to see if you got a good connection at your battery terminals. Make sure they are tight. I want you to get you a voltmeter. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. I'll put a link to this one right down in the description for you. But get you a voltmeter and check your voltage on your battery. It needs to be over 12 volts. Otherwise, it'll go, it'll growl like a TI double gur. Make sure you take these apart. Take your ground loose first on your battery. Get a wire brush, whatever you've got handy. Take the ground loose first, then your positive. I want you to clean them with a wire brush. Make sure you got some good non-corroded bolts on there. Clean and tighten these battery terminals. I also want you to charge your battery. Then you're going to follow your ground wire and find out where that thing goes. You see where it goes down here, folks? I want you to make sure that connection is clean and tight. If you get that done with a charged battery and good connections, your growl sound is gone. Let's go to the number 2 problem that is really common. Here is your second just clicks sound. This is very, very common. We're talking about a starter solenoid. Listen very carefully. I'm going to hit the key. Hit the key. You hear that? A single click when I pull the key or turn the key. Let me show you how to test that. Okay, so you've got that click sound. Nothing is happening. The engine's not turning. You don't hear the starter. Get you a cheap test light. Doesn't matter what kind. You can use a voltmeter also. Hook it on the negative and make sure the doggone thing works. The next thing you want to look for, we know these connections are good because you could hear the click, right? This one is coming from the battery and this one is going to the starter. On the terminal going to the starter, put your test light on there. You can put it on the stud or on the cable or on the copper of the cable. Now what you're looking for is when you turn that key. Now if you see that and nothing's happening at the starter, we'll have to work that way. If you do not see this test light, go to the terminal. Does it light there? If you hear that click and it is not lighting on this terminal, replace the solenoid. Now, a lot of people worry about these 4-wire, which way does the wires go? It's just a switch. I don't care which way you hook these little wires up. It doesn't matter which way these wires hook. It's just a switch, folks. One of these is a start and one of these is a ground. Okay, ground is going to be for your safety switches. I'm guessing it's the black one. But let's do this. What you want to, if you're hearing no noise out of this, you know you have a good connection and good voltage at your battery. Take your test light, just pick a wire. It doesn't matter which one. Pick one of these small wires and do the key. All right, we know that's our start wire. Okay, so we know that works. The next step you'll do, take your clamp here and hook it to the positive side of the battery. Take the test light, hook it to the negative. Now at this point, it doesn't matter where, well, that's painted. Let's find a better spot. See, I'm touching a piece of metal right there, it grounds, okay? Now that's all your safety switches are doing is creating the ground for your solenoid. See right there? that black wire there. Now don't pay attention to the colors. You can do it either way, test either wire. Now, and I'm going to show you that this thing will work either way. I'm going to plug it up like this and listen. It works. Just swap them. It does not matter, folks. People worry about this all the time. Hook it up the other way. Still works. Same thing here. Now, on the starter side of the solenoid, there is never any other wire on there but the cable. It goes from the solenoid directly to the starter. This side, however, sometimes the wire, you see this other wire right here, this additional wire, it is made into the harness on this one. Sometimes you'll take it off and there'll be two wires. You'll be like, which one does this other wire, the little wire, go to? It always goes to the battery side. That is powering your fuse side of the system. So just remember, on this side, your starter solenoid, your starter wire, there's only a single wire. Now, you know, I showed you hooking up the test light here to the positive, and wherever you ground it, to check your ground, I need to explain what we're doing here. If you don't have that ground at one of the two wires, you have a safety switch issue. I want you to look up in the top of this. You look in the description of the video. I'm going to put a copy, a link to the video, another one I did that should go through these safety switches for you. The other one is your start wire. If you do not have the power coming to that start wire, you may have a problem with your ignition switch or somewhere else. We've just covered two. We're going to cover two more. Welcome back to Rayleigh's Small Engines. I'm T-Bone. Y'all click that subscribe button. Leave a comment down below. Let's get over here and check out these other two. You don't want to miss it. So let's say your battery is dead, okay? I'm going to show, yeah, Saturday morning, I got my Sunday morning, I got my jammies on still. A lot of people you'll see when they go to hook up a jumper box, what they're going to do is they're going to ground and then go over here. That's the wrong cable. Golly. They're going to ground, and then you go smack that up against the starter to start it. See what I'm talking about? You know what that's going to do? That's going to mess the doggone threads up on your starter. Let me show you a better way to do that. Clamp your positive right onto the nut and terminal right there, even your threads, whatever. Now there's not going to be a spark there. When you go to turn your engine over, then you take your ground and go somewhere like this so you don't mess your threads up on your starter. See what I'm talking about? wait. Okay, so let's say, now there's nothing wrong with this machine. Let's say that you click it, you hear the starter engage, you see the flywheel barely turn. It'll go like that. That's about it. It might go there and bounce back like you just saw. The next thing I want you to do at that point, I want you to pull your spark plugs out. Pull your spark plugs out. You may see fuel running out of them spark plugs. That is called hydrolock, okay? That flywheel is going to kind of maybe just barely turn just a little bit. If you see fuel coming out of these spark plug holes, do not turn that engine over again with the key, because you're going to throw spark on that wet gas and you're going to be set on fire and it's not going to be pretty. Do not do it. So you're going to have a carburetor issue if your machine has a fuel pump. I don't see it very often, but what happens sometimes, the fuel, where's the fuel? Is that the fuel pump? Yeah, yes, there it is. What'll happen sometimes, that diaphragm will leak in there and leak gas through the breather down into the crankcase. You're also going to need to change your oil in your oil filter. Let it drain. That gas didn't hurt anything. It did clean your crankcase out. That's nice. Change your oil, fuel pump or carburetor issue. You've got a leak somewhere. Here's the bad one, the one you don't want to see. You turn your key and try to start it. You hear the starter, you put your hand on it, you can feel it, boom, into the flywheel. Nothing happens. You hear this big thunk, dunk, dunk. When you do it, nothing happens. Take your spark plugs out. Take your hand up here and put a lot of pressure. Can you turn that engine? You might have a locked up engine. That's no good. So I missed something, folks. I ain't perfect. I told you to pull your spark plugs out. If it barely, turns a little bit, pull those spark plugs out. If no gas is coming out of those cylinders, then make sure that it is dry, because you don't want to set anything on fire. If it is dry, then hit the key and listen. That thing should spin over like wildfire. If it doesn't, you've probably got a bad starter. Mrs. T is reading my notepad over there. She just reminded me of something else. Golly, the scenarios, you just don't know. It's not as bad on these twin cylinders, but it does happen. But the single cylinder Briggs engine, if you see that partial turn, you don't have fuel in the cylinder, it spins over like wildfire, you might have a bad camshaft. And what you're going to have to do then, pull your valve covers off, roll it over, and watch for the bump on the valves. I'm going to put a link to that video down in the description. Now, I'm going to put you a test light in the description, a link to one of those. I'll put you a link to one of these down there. And no, I'm not sponsored by these people. I don't care what you got. I just want you to get your mower fixed. Woo! Thanks for tuning in to Rayleigh's Small Engines. I'm T-Bone. Mrs. T is behind the camera.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, click that subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Leave some comments down below. Check out those links. Go watch that other Just Clicks video. It'll tell you a lot of stuff, a lot of additional information will hopefully help you out. We'll see you next time.